I was reading a report that came off of drudgereport.com, and it is leading to this article on pjmedia.com. I'm sure they cover it somewhere else. I can just do a Google search and find out. But the title says, Ko-Ping tries to arrest 91-year-old Kissinger for war crimes, gets smacked down by 94-year-old George Shultz. So, I mean, PJ Media, which is PJ Tatler, yeah, with one T, T-A-T, to pull off the disguises of cunning, vanity, and affectation. Look those up, whatever they mean as a package deal. But why this big emphasis on their ages? Like, oh, because they're that age, nobody can protest them. That means because they reach that age, they're excusable. Why? Because they reach that age, we've got to say, you know, they can't be war criminals. You can't touch them now. They're too feeble. You know, they're just murderous, you know, millions of slain victims and diverse places and corners of the world. But as they get older, you know, you can't touch them. When they were younger, yeah, you might. But now that they're old, you just got to let them go. Is that the basis of the article here on PJ Tatler? Who wrote this? January 29th. First of all, I don't know whether I'm barking up the wrong tree on that one, but it's just fucking disgusting. Doesn't matter what their ages are. Then they give 77-year-old former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, and they give the age of Senator McCain, who's still sitting on his fucking hot seat, keeping it fucking warm for his whole life. You know what the thing is? People talk a hell of a lot about presidents, but let me tell you something, folks. Presidents are only in there now to the maximum of 8 years. I mean, you know, granted, they do fail. They are epic fail. But we should be talking profusely more. Like, significantly more emphasis should be put onto the senators. Senators are in there for life. Some of them 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and even more. You know, I'd have to look up the stats on this. If you're familiar, then you know what the hell I'm talking about. You know, these kind of career people that sit in there for life, I mean, it's worse than a Supreme Court judge, if you want to call them that, judges. You know, it's supposed to be the best court in the land, the highest court. It all trickles up to that one entity there. But the senators, what? They just represent states. They're just sitting there in Washington representing states. What is a senator? Come on now. Is that a legislator? Of course it is. Well, everything you've heard me say is like pro Code Pink, right? You know, well, listen. When facing the reality of the world, you ought to check out my videos very carefully and see what I say about war. And what I say about it is that it is inevitable and it's necessary. And the tension has to be relieved by pushing the button. Let the slaughter begin. You know, maybe Code Pink doesn't like that. Maybe, you know, they pointed out that Kissinger was a warlord, war pig, murderer, all that stuff. He's one of the despots. He's a dictator from his own position. I mean, these people all collude together to make the blood spill. Are they Satanists? Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean, but then they speak for themselves. They all congratulate themselves, and they said George Shultz was the one that stood up because he was sitting there by Kissinger, but he... anyhow, I mean, it's such drama, you know, and in politics, that's where there has to be drama. That's where we have to hash out these things. It's bad enough that we have YouTube drama whenever one of the personalities, the egos, clash on here. Now, when it has to deal with literally people that are spending the billions of dollars of taxpayer money, and all they're doing with it is the drones Drones are these droids, man. It's like Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the drone, clone, droid, drone, whatever the hell you want to call them. It's basically just war. You don't have to declare war, but anytime that you're killing people in another country, that's war. Now there's a technical definition of war. You know, they clarified all that when they reincorporated the country. Everything's just a corporation now. These are companies. These are not, as far as you would think about them, like real, like people. States are not real. Countries are not real. These people working in there that they're protesting, that they're spending the money of these companies, they don't work for anything that's real either. Their New World Order. It's not, none of this. This is the total separate world that is called the New World. It is a world, it's an overlay on the savage world of nature and chaos and survivalism, but it's no better because you still have the same outcomes. It's not a civilization to the ideal sense of civilization. So Code Pink, am I pro Code Pink? In a sense that, you know, yeah, but does Code Pink understand anything yet that we are still in the midst of war and that they're not going to end it by doing the protests? That's not what's going to end it. The only thing that's going to end these people is a big, major, full-on, all-out conflagration. Thank you very much, folks. And if you don't like that, I don't know what the freaking hell to tell you. I'm Christian too, but Jesus ain't coming down to stop nothing. Jesus Christ is coming to fan the flames. And those that are going to die, it's their karma. Those who survive, hey, you were the chosen ones.